I'm Torstein Hagen, the chairman of Viking. In 2022, I finally made it to Antarctica. It had been my dream since I was a child when I sent this letter. I was a stamp collector, so I mailed it to my sister via registered mail to the bottom of the world, hoping it would be returned. The place I mailed it to, Ushuaia, Argentina, which is also the jumping off point for my exploration of Antarctica. Accompanying me were my neighbors in Oslo, lively Lene and her partner Roland Nils, and Finn, a renowned physicist and longtime friend. Lene kindly volunteered to operate the iPhone to capture some film for friends and family that could not join me on this trip. And I hope you enjoy following along on what has become one of the most enjoyable trips of my life. On day one, we set off from this historic port and wound our way through the Beagle Channel before turning south toward the legendary Drake Passage and Antarctica.
Ja, hvordan tenker du at du er på Drake Passage nå?
Well, it's either the Drake Passage or the Caribbean, but it's pretty cool, I must say.
So what do you like the best?
I like the best where we are here and now, regardless of where here is and regardless of where now is. But this is a phenomenal experience. We are now on day 2 on our trip to Antarctica. We have been fortunate during the night. We had a little bit of rolling. I took a couple of seasickness pills. I didn't want to embarrass myself, but it turned out that was not needed. And today the sea is, as you can see, quite smooth, and it's very pleasant cruising on the Drake Passage now. Today is day 3. We have seen land for the past few hours, and we are about to enter the Fournier Bay. And I must say, it's the beginning. It's snowing a little bit. We see a island here on the horizon. I think the mountain is called Mount Francis. I don't know how tall it is, but you see how it's quite impressive. We haven't seen much wildlife yet, but I'm sure that will come. The temperature is about 0, if I should judge by the substance of the rain falling. We have had a little glue wine, so that's nice. And we have lots of nice guests on board.
So, you like the trip so far?
Well, so far so good. So far so good.
Not good.
So
Excellent.
So far so good. I often say I'm never happy. It's not in my job description. But on this trip I might have come close. Once the sun broke through, the activities really came to life. We took one of the SOBs, Special Operation Boats, out to stretch its legs. These boats are fast, dry, and exhilarating. Our next adventure, the submarine. We have 4 of them between the 2 ships. You'll notice they're yellow and named John, Paul, George, and Ringo. We started with a fitting of specialized boots. Then it was on to Lene's big challenge. I'm happy to report that after some initial apprehension, fascination replaced fear once we were dipped below the surface. Actually, we had one more thing to do before we called it a day, and that was head to the bridge to enjoy a meetup with our sister ship, Viking Team. It was a perfect way to close the day, one I won't forget soon. So this is day 4, I think, on our cruise. I must admit today, we had a very busy day yesterday, so after a long day we went to bed late, and I slept late this morning, and then I decided to just spend the afternoon cleaning out emails and stuff like that, so I've not been a tourist today. So I haven't seen all the wonderful things. But Johan, you can tell what we have seen.
So what we have seen today in Breakwater Island is a little small island with penguins, Gen 2 penguins, which is a colony that's here as well. But in the morning early we started with humpback whales, orcas, and of course a few of the sheepbills that's flying around the ship at the moment.
But it's been a wonderful day for everybody, I think. Well, this is day 5 on our journey to Antarctica. We have had a very busy day today. Decided we didn't have time to do this filming until now, after dinner. So I'm well and tired after dinner downstairs. We have had a phenomenally interesting day. We have been in Paradise Bay, and there's something called Brown Station there. And this is really the mainland of Antarctica. We did not set foot there today, but we did some other interesting things. We saw at least 25 whales. Unbelievable, they say. We saw a lot of penguins, and we saw a sailboat, believe it or not. So it's been very, very interesting day. I've been looking forward to day 6 since before our adventure began. Because today we are taking a special operations boat, then a Zodiac, on an exhilarating run as we headed for the hidden houseboat of Port Lockroy, home of the world's southernmost post office. The goal was to add a postmark from this exotic location to my childhood letter. Port Lockroy was established in 1944, the first continually operated British base in Antarctica. As the sun poked its head over the pristine mountain peaks, a thundering avalanche welcomed us to this stunning location. This was already a day for the ages, just like every one of the days that came before, as our quiet bay for the day 7 surrounded us with sublime beauty and the opportunities to explore. While I stayed on board, Lene and her husband took full advantage, kayaking.
There we are, kayaking. So I have to ask myself, is this really true? This is a dream. This is amazing. I cannot believe it. I'm not believe. Cannot believe. And today is actually also Christmas. I better not lose my phone now. Fantastic, isn't it? Oh. Enjoying themselves, huh?
In the afternoon, once Lene and Olav Nils were back on board our ship, we headed to the top deck to witness more Viking scientific research. In coordination with NOAA, our scientists launched a weather balloon on every voyage to gather high-altitude data. The balloon collects a broad spectrum of data which is downloaded and studied by the onboard team and shared across the globe. This helps the world better understand the vast wilderness. While Christmas fell on day 7 for Europeans, the festivities continued day 8 for our US guests. I use the time for something I've always wanted to do. Spend more time with our Viking family to get to know them even better. Because on this trip, I was on holiday, so I had much more of that rare and truly scarce commodity, time. Their optimism and joy always inspires me.
Wow!
And of course, on board our Viking ships, the learning never stops.
I just want you to focus your attention now.
Our expedition leaders spent the day lecturing in the aula, recapping all that we had experienced, continuing to challenge our brains and expand our knowledge on Antarctica, until the very last moment. So today, we'll be returning to Ushuaia. We are now in the Drake Passage. And the good news is that the Viking Polaris handles extremely well in rough seas. But we are now in the Hyde, which is on the bottom floor of the ship in front. And you will see things like that. The waves hit the windows. It's quite fascinating to sit here, quite frankly. So I think it shows how the waves are probably 8-9 meters at this time, and we're probably doing 17 knots, and against us we're having 40 knots wild winds. So it's this is a Drake Passage. On day 10, the morning in Ushuaia greeted us with blue skies and sunshine. We promptly headed for the post office with the goal of adding another stamp to my 1957 letter. The postmaster was more than happy to oblige, and the local media showed up as well to document this event. It was a lot of fun, and it gave me a sense of accomplishment to complete a circle that I unknowingly started as a child. Today is day 11 on our journey. We are in Iguazu, as you can probably tell from the waterfalls behind me. Yesterday we flew in from Ushuaia to Iguazu, and then we took a boat ride up the river and into the waterfalls. We were just sprayed, full shower. It's one of the more memorable days of my life. It's a place I would recommend anybody to go at any age. It was quite an experience, and I think any Viking passenger should try this one before they go to Antarctica. I must admit, I had no idea Antarctica would be like this. I'm rarely at a loss for words, but on the white continent, I struggle to describe its grandeur. So I leave that to Lene, whose heartfelt thoughts captured its essence.
This is memories that will never be lost. It will always be in my soul. It takes you out to something that are larger than life, larger than yourself. When you come here, you become part of it all. And you have to be here to understand it. I cannot explain it in words, because you just have to be and feel it. And I think that's it. That's it for me.